I actually didn't understand why they took, like, they have given in the options like D is the average letter count of the words, but here they took sum is equals to sum T plus X letter count. That means
Yeah,
the
there is
sum.
some mistake in this question. This is
Yeah.
re-evaluated question, you know that?
Okay. Like, yeah, yes, I got it out there. Like, because sum T is equals to sum T plus X letter count.
Yeah,
That
that should
means
be inside the if
inside the
block.
if block. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I got confused with.
yeah, that should be inside the if block. Okay.
Yes, thank you. That's the only.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And just a small question, like, is there any way to access previous year question
Sorry,
paper? Is there any way to access previous year's quiz one
I
question
think
paper?
I think there are many things. I think some of the students might be knowing that how to access previous term papers. Can any one of you help like how to access the previous term papers?
Seniors have access to those. You can ask any senior to share theirs.
Yeah, some site also will be there
Yes,
mostly.
it's available on.
IIT Madras DSA.
They are sharing the previous year questions on
Yeah, can
WhatsApp.
someone post that in the group? Okay, let us start with revision of week 1 to week 4 concepts first, so that something will be covered in the session, and then we can just discuss that your doubts, whatever doubts you are having. Okay.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So I am sharing my screen.
Up to week 4 only we have an exam, huh?
Week 1, 2, 3, 4, not week 5. Okay.
And then
Yes.
week 5 and week 6 are under what, ma'am?
What week 5 and week 6 are released, but they will be there for quiz 2 and end term. But for quiz 1 and qualifier, it's only week 1 and week 2. Week 2, week 3, week 4. Till week 4 only.
And then week 5 and week is under for foundation level.
It's not understandable what you're speaking. I'm unable to get that.
And then our week 5 and week 6 are foundational level, ma'am.
They are not there for their now quiz 1. Okay. For qualifier also, they are not there. Okay.
He is asking that is week 5 and week 6 content are in the foundational level.
Yeah, after they're in foundational level only. No, like they will be there. Like,
ma'am, they mean to say, ma'am, week 5 and week 5 for 6 content is coming in quiz 1 or not?
no, it is not coming in quiz 1. So just will start. So you can see what are the topics are there in week 1. You can see, here itself. It's nothing but introduction to data sets. In the first lecture, the data sets were introduced. Whatever data sets you have seen is nothing but scores data set, words data set, and library, Olympics. We are using those data sets actually, and also shopping bill
What's
data
data set?
sets. Sorry.
What's data set, ma'am?
Yeah, words, scores, shopping bill data set, and then Olympics library data set. All the data sets we have. You have to be familiar with the data sets. It is not required to what to buy at the data set, like what are the cards, something like that. But you have to be familiar with the data sets. Yeah. In the exam also, you will get the template of data set. Like you will get the templates of the data set. If you see the previous papers, you will get to know, like the template of the data sets will be provided in the exam. Okay. And then
Ma'am, how can we get the previous year paper?
yeah, it's pasted in the group. No, the link you can check there. In the link is given in the group, in the what chat. Study something is there. No, you can see that link.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. And then the second lecture is about variables, iterators, and filtering. What are variables? Anyone of you, would you like to tell what are variables?
Vary
He
across the data.
changes value according to time.
That stores the intermediate values.
The value which varies.
Varies.
So variables are nothing but some like,
Container to hold data.
yeah. So you can store your data inside the variables and you can change the data also. So let's say if you have told a equal to 10, that means the variable name is a and it is storing the value of 10 inside it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And later you can update the variable a equal to 12 also. Later you can do that. So I will simply read the definition which is given here. A variable is a symbol which is used to represent varying expression or quantity. A variable is a symbol used for representing unspecified unknown term. So it is just a symbol where we can store our data. If you tell first a equal to 10, later like you cannot make a equal to some none or something, some string data type, because the data, yeah, because the data type is fixed already. You are telling it as integer. Okay, then coming to what are the there in the concept, iterators and filtering. What is nothing but iterator?
Repeated
Anyone?
step.
Repetition, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah,
Repetition.
it is repetition.
Loop.
Ma'am, where can we get the previous year question papers?
Yeah, you can check in the chat. Someone please give the link which is already given in the
Ma'am.
chat. Okay. So what is an iteration? Iteration is nothing but repetition of a process. Iteration is a repetition of a process in order to generate a sequence of outcomes. So which iterator basically we are using? We are using while loop, no? While loop to iterate over our cards. We have to, if you wanted to perform some operation on your cards, on each and every card, then you have to use an iterator. So let us take, you want to like count the number of cards, then what will you do? So after seeing every card, you will increase the value of your variable count by 1. So which iterator you will use? While loop. So that's what the while loop, whatever while loop you are seeing in the question, that is an iterator. So
Oh,
that
yeah, ma'am.
iterate,
How we
sorry.
can increase the value, ma'am, from file 1, file 2, by 1?
Ma'am, can you please zoom the slide? Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. So iterator is nothing but repetition of a process. So I will show what is an iterator here. Example.
Ma'am, one request, ma'am. Please mute everyone, ma'am, because there is a very, I mean, background sound is coming from somebody's mic. They just on their mic and after that forgot to mute their mic, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, yeah. If you have any doubt, then you can unmute and ask. So iterator, for iterator, I will show an example. Everyone knows what is an iterator, right? Mostly by now.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, we are using while loop to iterate over our cards. So when we say while pile 1 has more cards, that means while condition must be satisfied, then only we will enter the into the while loop. So if the condition is not satisfied, then we will stop our iteration. Okay, so iteration will be stopped after condition has become false. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is filtering?
Selecting out some data.
To extract out some specific data.
Yeah, filtering is nothing but we want specific thing, some specific thing we want. So then in an iteration, suppose, okay, you are interested in the students, only the students who have scored less than 30 marks, then what you will do? Among all cards, you will filter the cards whose total marks is less than 30. That thing you will do, that is filtering. That means you are selecting the specific cards based on some specific condition. For that, what you have to do? you have to iterate over all the cards, right? You have to iterate over the cards, and then you have to check for a condition. If that condition is met, then you will take that card. If not, you won't take that card. Okay, that's all. Filtering is nothing but some specific, you are checking for some specific decision. So in an iteration, if we are only interested in specific item or data which are special to us, not all items. Example, if we wanted to count only the students from Chennai, in that case, only we will move all the cards from pile 1 to pile 2, but we'll add one variable count only to. So that means basically count variable will be updated only if we have seen the Chennai student. But basically we will move the students from pile 1 to pile 2. That's all. Filtering is nothing but selecting the cards or doing something based on specific decision, specific condition. Okay. Multiple filtering. So we can do multiple filtering, not only single filtering. We can filter the students based on their scores, based on their location, or based on the what? Based on their gender also we can filter. So we can filter the student, we can filter anything, our data set, based on the multiple conditions. That is multiple filtering. Okay. Single
Yes,
filtering
ma'am.
is, single filtering means we are just checking for a condition. If the condition is met, then we will what, just do some task. But multiple filtering, we will check for the multiple conditions. If the conditions are satisfied, then only we can what, go.
Ma'am, multiple conditions at same time, right?
Yeah, multiple filtering means multiple conditions at same time we will check. But multiple filtering can be based on or and. So you can do multiple filtering based on or condition or and condition. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is there any theoretical question in the exam? Like what is multiple filtering like that?
No, theoretical questions generally we won't have. We will have mainly questions based on codes only. You may get, but theoretically basic theory questions you won't get. Yeah. So then we.
Okay,
Ma'am,
okay,
can you
ma'am.
repeat what you said right now?
Which one? About what?
Can you repeat what you said about that?
Theoretical questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Theoretical questions, there won't be any theoretical questions, won't be there. Sorry, normally we will give this pseudocode based questions only.
Mostly pseudocodes.
Yes, mostly pseudocode questions.
Mostly multiple based question only, ma'am.
Multiple?
Mostly multiple choice question only, ma'am.
No, it can be MCQ, MSQ, error finding question, fill the code block question, all type of questions. Generally, for the
How many
questions,
questions are there in exam?
13 to 14 questions.
Each subject, how many questions, ma'am?
PDF you are using right now?
Sorry?
Same like graded assignment, ma'am.
Yeah, it will be similar to your graded assignment questions only.
I mean, I was asking, ma'am, can we get this PDF after the class?
Which PDF?
The one you're using right now.
This
for
is already there on the portal, no?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So what is
How many subjects for each question, ma'am? Each subject, ma'am?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay. About that is subject specific. Yeah, we'll take that operational things later. We'll do first revision. Okay.
Ma'am, you are not feeling
Right,
well.
ma'am.
No, I'm feeling well. Why?
No, your voice is literally slightly different, so I'm asking.
Okay. No, I'm feeling well only. Yeah.
Not
So,
bored in someone.
no.
Ma'am, I have a
Like,
doubt.
yeah. Yes,
Ma'am,
please.
multiple iterations can be done by
Sorry?
one iteration at a time also, right?
It's not clear.
Multiple iterations can be done one iteration at a time and both simultaneously, right?
Multiple iteration we can do, like while in a while, for in a for, that are multiple iterations.
But mainly why to add two loops where we can add only the condition?
Sorry?
Ma'am, I'm saying that why we are adding two loops, instead we can just add two conditions, right?
No, loops are different, conditions are different. I will share the notepad or something, some editor.
Ma'am, could you please repeat how many questions are there for this quiz one and how much time we get for that?
So 13 to 14 questions will be there for quiz one. So time will be, I am not sure about the time. Okay, you can check. It will be
1 hour,
based 1 hour or yeah, 1.5 or something like that only.
4 hours
Hello,
for
ma'am.
4 courses.
No,
1 hour
normally
for each.
1 hour, sir. 1
Yeah,
hour.
1 hour.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in graded assignment or week 4.
Yeah, we'll do
Ma'am, is
that.
there
First, we are
14 to
doing.
15 question each subject?
So, I'm willing to discuss this question later. First, let me finish the summary. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So, what is a flow chart? So, you all know, right? Okay, whatever we have discussed till now.
4 hours exam, mama.
While is iterator is an example of iterator. It's an example of iterator. If is filtering, we will use filtering. So multiple filtering can be done. So for multiple filtering, we will use if. Inside that we will use condition 1 and condition 2. This is multiple filtering. This is also if condition 1 or condition 2. This is also multiple filtering. So we are basically filtering our cards based on 2 conditions. So we can filter our cards based on 3 conditions also. That also will come under multiple filtering only. Then we have came to the concept of flowchart. That is nothing but the pictorial representation of an algorithm. We all know that. So basically we will use rectangular box in order to perform the operations. So if you wanted to say a equal to a plus 10 or a equal to 20, some operations if you wanted to perform, then we will use rectangular box, and arrow is nothing but flow line, shows the order of the execution of the program steps. It indicates like flow of your algorithm. So if it is pointing to some different box, then your flow will go to the some different box. So execution will happen step by step.
Oh,
And
I can't
diamond box
understand
is,
for flow line, ma'am.
so flow line is nothing but, so suppose, okay, let me show one flow chart to you. So here you have flow line, this one. Okay, some more good question I will show. So flow line, you can see you are starting, that is starting and ending we will do in the oval shaped box, and this diamond shaped box refers to the decision box. Here you will check whether A is greater than B. If it is greater than, then you will go to the S block. So it represents here, that is denoted by this arrow. So if that condition is satisfied, then you have to go to this part, this block that is shown by the arrow, that is called flow line. So your program, your algorithm flow is, your control is going to this box. So if it is no, if A is not greater than B, then you should go to this block. So your the execution, you should do this kind of, the execution flow will be denoted by this arrow line. Okay,
Clear,
arrow
ma'am.
shape. Yeah. So
And
basically
what is the
diamond shaped
definition
box.
of an algorithm?
Sorry.
What is the definition of an algorithm?
So algorithm is nothing but some task you wanted to achieve. So some task you will achieve. How to achieve the some task? By performing some operation, by executing some steps, step-by-step operations. So that is called an algorithm. If you wanted to achieve some task that is done step by step, then that is called an algorithm. Okay. Basically, oval shaped box is called terminal that denotes the start and end of the program. So then in the lecture 1.7, data types are introduced. What is a data type? What is a data type? Anyone of you?
Boolean.
To categorize the data.
Boolean category or
To categorize
Find the
the specific
values.
data in
string
Option of
specific
data.
values.
Yeah, that is
Is to stand up to say anything.
Boolean, ma'am.
so
String
data type is
Boolean.
nothing but
And
so
find
data
the data with
Values
help
the
of
data
string,
can take,
variable, and
the variable can take.
Ma'am, I have
yeah,
a doubt. Ma'am, I have
yeah.
a doubt.
What's your
Ma'am,
doubt?
will we get mock questions for CT also?
Yes.
Ma'am, from when?
Yeah, it will be given. Today is 10th only,
Okay.
no? Yeah, it will be
Yeah,
given.
yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, when the hall ticket will be given, ma'am?
Yeah, everything
we
will be
have them
given
first
in 1
season,
week.
first
13th.
season by class.
Yeah, first we'll take
Already
the
up.
operational questions later. First we'll do the technical things, okay?
Guys, please one request. These general questions you can ask by sending mail to the support team, or you can call at the morning time, or you can call in a doubts clearing
There is
session.
also a Google Meet link from 2 p.m.
Yeah,
to 4 p.m.
Please,
Google Meet you can clear.
it's a revision session. Don't break the flow, please. It's a request.
Sir, I just joined. Will you be discussing questions? Is it a doubt clearing session?
You can continue.
You continue, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Yes, thank you. Yeah, what is a data type? Data type nothing but defines the value that a variable can take. So, and set off the operation that are permitted to our data type. So if you have a variable A, so if you make it, if the variable A, if the data type of the variable is int, then you can store only integers in that particular variable. If the data type is string, then you can store only strings inside that variable. If the data type is boolean, then you can hold only true or false. Okay. If the data type is something float or something, then you can store the float value, something like that. So these are the data type, nothing but defines the values that a variable can take and the set of the operations that are permitted on that particular variable. Okay, these are the following are the basic data types. They are Boolean data type, integer data type, character data type, string data type. I will tell what is a Boolean data type. So Boolean data type takes only two values, that is either true or false. So if you have a Boolean variable, it can take only either true or false. If A is a Boolean variable, then it can store only true and false. And what all operations you can perform on that variable? You can perform AND operation, OR operation, and the result of that operation is Boolean. So if A is a Boolean variable and B is also Boolean variable, then you can do A and B. Or you can, yeah.
Can we use not also?
Yeah, not also you can use.
Okay.
Yeah, not also you can use on that variable. So if both variables are Boolean, then you can perform AND operation, not OR operation. So let us take example here. So if x dot gender equal to M and x dot city town equal to Chennai, that means the outcome will be
The male has to be from
Ma'am, I
Chennai.
get confused in double equal to. Can you please explain that?
Yeah, I will tell, sure, definitely. So this notepad is visible, no? Double equal to is called equal to operator. Equal to operator. So this is
That
basically
means we
used
have to check.
yeah, this is basically used to compare the values of two variables. So if you say, if let us say take A equal to 10 comma B equal to 20, if you wanted to, if you say A equal to B, what it happens is it will check if A equal to B, if you say, then it will check. Okay, I will enclose this in if condition. So the outcome will be either true or false. Okay. The outcome will be either true or false. So it basically will check 10 equal to 20. Is 10 equal to 20? Is the value
No,
of
ma'am.
10?
False.
No,
ma'am.
no, the output will be false this time.
It is a Boolean data type.
Yeah, it is not bull. So the outcome of the equality operator, if you compare two variables based on the equality condition, the outcome will be Boolean. Okay.
Ma'am, what about the
Ma'am, is
single
it not
equal?
compulsory that output should come always true?
Ma'am,
No, it is
It can
not
also come false,
compulsory.
right?
It is just we are checking whether the values of A and B are same. If they are same, it will return true. If they are not
Okay.
same, it will return false. Okay, let us
Okay.
take the same thing. X equal to, if you say 30, and Y equal to 40, if you say, then it will check. If you say if X equal to Y, if you say if X equal to Y, okay, X is also Y is also storing 30, if you say here, that here also it will be false. But if both X and Y are holding the same values,
It will
It will be true.
then it will be true.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the single equal to and the double equal to, ma'am?
So single equal to is called assignment operator. So if you say X equal to 10, then the value of 10 will be assigned to X. This is called assignment operator. So 10 will be assigned to X. If you say Y equal to 20, then 20 value 20 will be stored in Y. So you are just assigning that particular value to that variable. That is assignment operator. Double equal to is comparison operator. So that is basically used to compare the two values. If both are same, it will return true. If both are not same, it will return false. So this can be used to compare not only integers. You can compare two strings also. Like if A equal to some name Rahul and B is also Rahul, then A equal to B will return true. But if A equal to Rahul and B equal to Ram, then it will return false. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
What is the difference between double equal to and apostrophe and equal to?
So yeah, apostrophe and equal to, not exclamation. No, that is.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is not equal to
not equal
operator. So you have values of A and B. No, if A not equal to B, that means you wanted to check. This is called not equal to operator. You wanted to check whether the values of A and B are not same. If they are not same, then it will return true. If they are same, then it will return false. So equal to,
basically it is opposite to equal to operator.
yeah. Equal to
Ma'am,
equal
can
to
you please repeat what is not equal to?
Yeah, I will tell.
Thank you, ma'am.
Equal to operator will return true if both values are same. Not equal to operator will return true if both values are not same. Okay. So here A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. So both values are not same. A equal to B will return false, but A not equal to B will return true because the value of A is not equal to B. So it is returning true. Okay.
Yes, actually, it is notepad only now you are writing.
Sorry?
You are writing notepad only now here.
Yeah,
in the box.
yeah. Yeah,
so
yes.
if we save means we can see the output now, ma'am.
In?
Ma'am, if we save this notepad means we can see the output now, ma'am.
Yeah, no, you cannot see the output. It is just an editor.
Ma'am, could you please
If you will
say
do
that
program,
is
then you will
data type of a gender?
the output.
Because
Sorry?
it's a bit confused. What's the data type of gender? Is it character or string?
Yeah, it's character. So what is the difference between character and a string? Characters are generally enclosed in single quotes. That means this one. Strings are enclosed in double quotes. That is one of the difference.
Ma'am, can you please zoom in?
Okay. Yeah,
Ma'am,
sure.
what if we just have
Yeah.
written,
Now it's
like
okay.
one of the assignments, it was written gender, and we had to match it with the data type. So it was just written plainly gender. So there we don't understand, right? That what
Which
is
one?
it? Is it in one of the assignments? I don't remember the number exactly. It was just mentioned that this is the gender, and you have to match it with the data type.
So it is character.
It's character.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
But if the question is like, is gender M? That means you are checking whether the gender is M. That
Then
means
it's
the return type
Boolean.
will, then it is Boolean. But if simply it is asked data type of gender, then that is a character.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So characters are enclosed in single quote, strings are enclosed in double quotes. Generally, character.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in this question, this thing only. Ma'am, there was a question written 4, 7, but there were double inverted commas and single inverted commas. So means what? If it is in the question, it is we can print. So which one we will use? We will use character or we will use strings?
String.
No, I didn't get your question.
Ma'am, there was a question 4 and 7 that was written separate, and they written print.
Print of 4.
4 and 7. But there were these two inverted commas were there and single inverted commas were also there. Two options were there.
Print of 4, 7. This is
Yes.
wrong. This is wrong.
Okay.
Print of 4, 4, 7. This is correct. So because character are nothing but single entities. So you can only store single entity in that, inside that, like either A, something like that, or some any alphabets A to Z, or any numbers 1, 2, something like 1 or 2 separately. They are only single entities, and some special character also, like at the rate.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Got these are called
Thank you, ma'am.
characters. They're single entities, but yeah, but if you are using 2 letters or something like that, then you have to use strings. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Madam, number can be treated as a character.
So that inside the double quotation is considered as string, ma'am.
Yeah, inside the double quotation, it is called string. If you are using single quotation, it is called character. But characters are nothing but single entity. You can store only single values, like either alphabet or single number or some at the rate at this, something like that. But if you're trying to store multiple values like AB, something like that, you have to use string. You cannot use character here. Okay. Character stores only single entity. Okay. Any other doubts? Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. In the above line, what is the
single
meaning of
character?
exclamatory sign?
Exclamatory is called no. Exclamatory and equal to sign is called not equal to operator. I have discussed this already. Right now only I have
Thank you so much,
discussed.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Table
not.
number.
So let me finish this.
Ma'am.
Yeah,
Just
yes.
one quick doubt.
Yeah.
Like, what if we have one character, but it is enclosed in double inverted commas?
Yeah, that is
So-
also okay. That's also okay. String
That is a
can
string?
take, yeah, that is if it is enclosed in double quotes, and if it is a single character, it is called a string. The thing is, string can take either single value or multiple value. But if you enclose that in double quote, it is called a string.
Okay, ma'am. Fine.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
if you have 3 characters,
That is also a string.
That is also
Strings are
string.
nothing but array of characters, like
Excuse me, ma'am.
multiple characters. Yeah.
Ma'am, I don't
1
get what you
to
said right now.
47 numbers like these are integers.
Sorry.
Ma'am, numbers like 47 to 1 are integers, then we will consider them in characters or not?
No. If you wanted to consider them as character, so if you wanted to consider them as character, like you have to enclose them in double quotes, and character is a single entity. You cannot have some number like 45 or something like that. You cannot have multiple values in a character. You can store only single value 1,
0 to
2.
9.
Yeah, 0 to 9.
Okay, ma'am. Means 0 to 9 single values can also be characters and be integers too.
Yeah, it can be character, it can be string, it can be integer. If you enclose a single value in the single quote, it is character. If you enclose that in double quote, it is string. If you simply write without enclosing anything, that is integer. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
it is
Got it.
like it is like three numbers and in single commas, then what is it?
That is a string.
In single commas also.
In single quote, that is not a string. Single, that is invalid. That is invalid. It doesn't come in any case. Character means only takes the single quote thing and it takes a single entity. Yeah.
Can we discuss practice and graded assignment?
Character is in this case, then the double digit numbers are also considered as.
Ma'am, will you be discussing just a summary today of all the 4 weeks?
Sorry?
Ma'am, will you be clearing any doubts or just a summary of 4 weeks?
Yeah, I will be clearing the doubts. First summary will be done. Later, if we have time, then I
Okay,
can
ma'am.
clear the doubts.
Today we'll discuss week 1 and 2 only, or all the weeks?
All the weeks, week 1 to week 4 summary. We have to finish.
Ma'am,
Okay,
numbers,
may
I
start.
mean, double digit
Yes, ma'am.
numbers without any apostrophe, double or single will be considered as integers.
Yes.
Ma'am, tomorrow also we have a.
So now we have
Ma'am,
already seen what is
ma'am,
Boolean
when we
data
take
type.
character and integer type data in single quotes, the value of the size of those differs, ma'am. Int takes 4 bytes and character takes only 1 byte. No, how
Yeah,
can
that we are not dealing with. That we are not dealing with memory allocation. I don't want to confuse the people now.
I have a
Okay.
question. Ma'am, how could you
Please, everyone, please listen, everyone. First, let ma'am finish the summary of the weeks. Then note down your doubts if you have them. Then after she is done, we can have a discussion of this, right? Because we are going
Yeah.
nowhere with this. Please let her finish the
Okay, sir.
classes. Then let's have a discussion session. Okay?
Yeah.
Note everyone.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
in teach, yeah, that is better. After week 1, I will ask like if you have any doubts, you can ask. After week 2, I will ask like, yeah, that is
Yeah,
better.
that's
If
better.
not, if
Because
not,
it might happen that while she is explaining, your doubts might get cleared. So
yeah.
just keep the discussion for later.
Yes, sir.
So integer data type, nothing but, so it holds an integers. So you can give negative numbers, 0 or positive numbers. Basically, without any decimal points. Without any decimal points, those numbers are called integers. The operation what we can perform on integers is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are nothing but arithmetic operations. And whatever, like, so you can add 2 integers, you can subtract 2 integers, you can multiply 2 integers, you can divide 2 integers. That is integer data type. And you can also use logical operators like less than, greater than, double, equal to. That means you can check whether like 3 is greater than 2, or you can check 2 is less than 3, or you can check whether 2 equal to 3. So you can do that kind of relational, like relational operations also on integers. So basically, integer data types just stores the numbers. We can perform arithmetic and logical operations. Arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and logical operations like less than, greater than, and equal to, double, equal to. For character data type, what we have already seen what is a character. Characters are nothing but they are enclosed in the single quotes, and what they just stores a single entity, like all alphanumeric numbers like a capital A to capital Z, or small a to small z, or 0 to 9, or special characters. So but we will store them as single entity, like A, B, and everything will be enclosed in single quote. Yeah, example also it is shown here, C1, and special character, and also some alphabets. So these are called characters which are enclosed in single quotes, and they store only single value, single entity.
Ma'am, can you please give an example?
This is example, no? This is example of
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Please remove that notepad. Yeah.
This is example. So string, For string is nothing but any sequences of characters. It is nothing but enclosed in double quote. In operations that we can perform on string is double equal to. You can check whether two strings are same or not by using the double equal to operator, and the result type is Boolean. So you can check if A is holding some, if A is holding some value, let's take string value, let's take as Rahul, and B is holding some string value, let's take Ram. You can check whether A equal to B. So basically here it will return false because Rahul and Ram are not same. So it will return false. So you can perform equal to operation on string. Okay, examples of strings are IIT Madras, which is enclosed in double quotes. It is nothing but sequence of character.
Different data types?
Sorry?
Can we compare to different data types?
No, you cannot compare two different data types.
Okay, ma'am.
You can compare only the same data types.
Ma'am, same data types in the means like we have to compare text with text, not text with numbers, right?
You can compare two strings, you can compare two characters, you can compare two integers, you can compare, but you cannot compare a string with an integer.
Okay, ma'am.
You cannot do.
Thank you.
Ma'am, if special characters are written without any single or double inverted comma, then it's invalid, right?
Yeah, it's invalid. You have to either enclose them in single quote or double quotes.
Even alphabet.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can the string can start with the characters?
Generation, ma'am. Is it still considered as string or just a character?
Which one?
When a single character is enclosed by double quotation.
Yeah, that is considered as a string. If it is in double quotes, then it is a string.
Ma'am,
if it is a single, just one digit.
Ma'am, is 27 in single quote a character or string?
27 is basically integer. If you enclose them in double quotes, it is a string. You cannot enclose them in single quote.
Ma'am, can you please tell me again integer data type?
I have repeated, no, this one. Characters you can store in single quotes and they are single entity. You can store only one value at a time. You cannot store like 45 something like that here. This is invalid. Okay. Yeah, you can store only single entities, that is a character, but the strings are enclosed in double quotes. You can hold either single value or double value also. You like multiple characters also you can enclose in a double quote. So this is invalid because 47.
No, ma'am. Integer data type range operation plus minus x greater than less than. Can you please repeat that?
So these operations you can perform, I told already, right? You can add two integers, 3 plus 2 you can do, 3 minus 2 you can do 3 into 2, you can do 3 by 2. That is like any integer type. For any integer type you can do this kind of operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And less than greater than also similarly you can check. I have already repeated. You can watch this again please, because it's already 1 hour and we have not finished with even week 1. I would like to continue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some repeated topics you can watch. Okay, if something is not clear you can ask like very specific thing if that is not discussed. Okay. So regarding to the subtype of basic data types, so these are like you can just yes.
Please speak a bit louder, ma'am. I couldn't hear you.
Is it for everyone? I'm just speaking loudly only.
No, ma'am, your voice is clear.
Your voice is clear, ma'am. You can continue.
It's all right, ma'am. I think your phone volume it's slightly down. You just make a press up.
Now is it okay?
Please continue.
Yes, ma'am, it's okay.
Yes, ma'am, you can please continue.
Good, fine.
Ma'am, please be
Ma'am,
continue.
it's completely fine.
Who is a participant, the phone volume is slightly slow. You just make up. That's a problem in your phone. You just
Okay,
check.
that is clear. Ma'am, please continue.
Ma'am, continue, ma'am. Please continue.
Yeah. So subtype of basic types. So you can restrict the types, basic data types in terms of the ranges and constraint on their operation. So whatever you have seen, integers, that you can constrain also. Suppose let us take the example of sequence number. Sequence numbers is basically integer data type, but sequence number cannot be negative in our cards basically. This is specific to our cards only. Okay, sequence number, and you can, so, and also performing operation on sequence number doesn't make any sense, right? If you wanted to add two sequence number of the cards, then it doesn't make any sense. The only operation we can perform on sequence number is equal to. You can check whether the two cards have same sequence number or not.
I can't understand the second line. None of the integer operations make sense.
None of the yeah. So basically, what is sequence number? So for each and every card, you have sequence number that is unique to each and every card. So if you perform 0 plus 1, or that if you add two sequence number, is it some do you get anything? No, right? You are not getting anything. You cannot. That doesn't make any sense actually. Sequence number of addition of two cards of like addition of sequence numbers of two cards, but you can compare the sequence number of two cards. You can check whether the two cards have same sequence number or not. You can check, but if you add the two card sequence number, so it doesn't make any sense, so this is like subtype. That is the subtype of basic data type. Basically, you are restricting that sequence number to be only positive, some reasonable number, and the operations you can perform is only double equal to. You can restrict it. That's what. Just restricting it.
Ma'am, then what it will be considered as sequence number? Means
sequence number is
what?
nothing but serial number. If our serial number is 1 means other serial number is 2 means we can do any subtraction or multiple anything we can't do, right?
No, ma'am. That what I understood. Means it will come under string or character.
It is sequence number is number. It is integer data type.
Okay,
0.
Okay.
It is 0, 1, 2, so on. No, it is integer data type. But we are constraining it to perform limited operations. We are restricting it to hold the limited values, only positive values, and operations also we are constraining it by just saying we can do only equal to operation. Remaining operations doesn't make any sense. So for marks, coming to marks, what operations that is like 0, 1, 2, you can
Ma'am, so for each of the data types and subtypes of the data types, we are finding the range and operations which can be performed, ma'am.
Yeah. So coming to the marks, the range it can take is 0 to 100. Marks can take 0 to 100 range. And the operation you can do is just nothing but addition and subtraction. That's all. The remaining operation doesn't make any sense on the marks. These are just for, they are also similar to integers only, but you are constraining the operations and restricting the values that can take. Okay. So one question you have seen is transformation of subdata types. So yeah, this is actually, it's not required now for you. This, yeah, transformation of subdata types, like converting string to integer. This is not required for you now. Yeah. Coming to list, I will cover important concepts first. Okay. Coming to the list and record. So list is nothing but a sequence of data elements of same or maybe different data types. So it is nothing but, so basically what, integers can store only single values, but if you wanted to store multiple values, then you can use list. So that means you can store either integers inside that, either strings inside that, or both integers and strings as well. So if you wanted to store sequences of data element of same or different types, then you can use list. So let us take, you wanted to store the subject marks of a student like mathematics, physics, and chemistry, all three subject marks. Which data type you will go for? You cannot store them in an integer because integer holds only single value at a time. If a is an integer, string, that is not integer. No, those are marks. Marks should be integers, right? You must be able to perform plus, addition, subtraction operation. But if you store them in addition in string, you won't be able to perform those operation. So at the time you can go for a list. List is nothing but you can store
String.
multiple data elements at a time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That can be of same data type or different data type. That means you can store all integers, or if you wanted to store the details of your card, what is the sequence number, what is his name, what is his gender, everything, all details, then you can use list data type. Okay, list can store any data type like strings, integers, Boolean, everything. So here you can see it can store different data types, integer, strings, character, everything. But here list of all same data type, like only integers you are storing in this list. How? List elements are separated by commas. So this is called first element of your list, 63, and 88 is called second element of your list, and 73 is called third element of your list. So list element are separated by the commas. So record is also similar to list. If you wanted to store the multiple values, then you can use either list or dictionary, list or record. So the difference between list and record is like it stores the data with fields, like with key value pairs. Like, so here sequence number is key and its value is 9. So here you are telling, so here you are directly storing 9 name of the student, and this doesn't make that much sense, no? But if you store in record, then you can say sequence number colon is to some value, it is 9, name Clarence, you can tell date of birth 6th December. So basically you are storing it as key value pairs. Each element is separated by comma. So first element is sequence number 9 and they're separated by comma, and the key is like enclosed in it will be on the left side, and left side of the column,
like,
and value will be on the right side of the column. Okay.
I'm like value and label.
Value and
this one, ma'am, sequence number is the label, right? Label and value. It's value.
And no, you will have key value pairs. What is level?
No, ma'am. Actually, this sequence number, na, that value is written. Na, that is what I'm saying. It means that name is given and that value beside it is given, and we can store it in record.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's all. So if you have any doubts from Vikman, you can ask. Yeah.
Ma'am, I had doubt in the record. Ma'am, I wanted to ask, like in a list, we cannot use terms such as sequence number, name, etc. But in a list, we can use.
So in a list, you can store values, but you doesn't have any data regarding 9. What is 9? What is Clarence? What is M? You doesn't know here. But if you store in as a record, then you will know 9 is a sequence number. Clarence is a name. That kind of, yeah.
In a record, we can use the data subtype, but in the list, we cannot use.
You can use
data subtypes.
So everything can be used in both list and record. Any data type.
Ma'am,
yeah.
Why the sequence number starts from 0?
That is given. Okay, that is given. That is given in the mention.
serial
Our data set is configured in such a way it is starting from 0. Yeah.
Ma'am, name is character or string? Here is
which one?
String, it
In
is
the
a
record,
string.
ma'am.
String. It's a string.
Okay, if we can go for week 2 summary.
From the interconversion of the data types, it is required for the qualifiers, right?
Yeah, we require that is there in the syllabus, but it is not important, conversion of the data type.
Ma'am, ma'am, actually, there was a question that in one of the activities or practice that character like in single quote 4 plus single quote 7, like, so is it an like will it become a string 47 or will it become an error, ma'am?
So you can check what are the operations that we can do on character data type. Only equal to. So you cannot add 2 characters. So that is not a valid operation.
Okay, ma'am. So it's an error only, I mean.
Yeah, it is not valid.
Okay, ma'am. Also, one more doubt was there that it's based on one of the videos, ma'am. I mean, like in one of the videos in week 1, like sir discusses like that we can like, for example, like integer 125, we can print it as a string like 1.25 like that. I mean, basically when he was explaining about float data type, he says that we can convert integer to string like that and all, but is it possible? I mean, like, what was he trying to explain? Like, in
Yeah, but that is not.
चाइना क्या चाहते हो?
I understand.
We can make it integer as a decimal. Okay, where decimal is float. Float is a decimal point. If 10.1 is float, if it is a 10 means it is a integer. We can convert the data type to integer to float or float to integer. We can make anything.
Oh, okay.
So if we want to make it as a string, means we have to put it in the double quote. That is string. If we put the 10 in the double quote, means it will become a string, but we can't do any operation, mathematical operation we can't do.
Okay.
Only comparison, Boolean operation only we can do.
Hello, ma'am. I have a doubt.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
in integer data type system, division operation was there, and it was shown that result type is integer.
Yeah, Vicky, your voice is not clear.
Now it is clear.
Hello. Ma'am, may I ask something?
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, I'm asking 10.00, is it float or integer?
It is not float. It is float. It is not integer. Integer means just integers without any decimal points. So for decimal point, like for floats, you will have decimal points like point, 10.00, 10.1, 10.2. These are called floats with decimal points. But if you have simply 10, 20, these are integers.
Okay, am I audible, ma'am?
Ma'am,
Am
you
I
may
audible?
proceed, please.
Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, my doubt was in integer data type.
Yeah, what is your doubt?
It was given that division operation result type is integer.
Sorry?
In division operation, it was given that result type is integer.
If you divide 2 integers, you will get integer as output. If you divide floats, you will get float as output.
But how 2 upon 3 can be an integer result?
Sorry?
How 2 upon 3 can be an integer result?
Slow,
As
very.
2 and 3 are integers.
Yeah, 2 or 3 are integers. The result type will be. So you can take either 2 by 3. It will give actually, it can give quotient or it can give remainder. So if you take it as, if you do 2 double slash by 3, then it will give integer value. If you just divide 2 by 3, then it will give float value, like float value. Okay.
What means
but if you say 2 double, so if you say,
yes, ma'am.
if you say 2 divided by 3. This is double, this forward slash hash thing, the forward slash thing is called integer division operator. So it will get, you will get only integer value. Okay.
What does it mean, ma'am? Double slash, what does it mean?
It will give the quotient. So what is the quotient when 2 is divided by 3?
1.
Is it 1?
No.
0.
1. Oh, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, 0. So quotient is 0. 2 modulo, this is called modulo operator, that will give the remainder. Like if 2 divided by 3, what is the remainder? 2, right? 2.
2.
It will give the remainder. And double this thing, it will give the integer value, quotient value, and that will be the integer only. Integer is quotient only, no? Quotient is integer only, no? Right? So that will give that.
It is a
So
division operation actually. It is a division operation. That's it.
yeah, that is division operator, integer division operator we call. 2 by 3, what it will give? 0.6 something.
Right? Yeah, because initially we will have 0 point only as the quotient.
So it will give only the integer value. So it will give the 0.0 only if you use double slashes. If you use single slash, it will give the decimal value also. Everything, complete division thing.
If you want whole number means you have to use double slash. Okay. If you want whole number, it won't give float. In that point, we have to use 2 slash. If we want float means, that means 0.6, 1.5, like that we want means we can use only 1 slash. Both are division only.
Float means double dash.
Float means point, decimal point is called float.
Ma'am, are they from week 5 or?
Yeah, this is from week. Yeah, this is from week 1 itself.
Ma'am, a small doubt in week 1, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am.
Yeah, I would like to continue to week 2. Yeah, why? Yeah, if you are asking the same
Ma'am,
thing
can you
again
please
and again,
start
it
the
just,
week 2?
Ma'am, just a small doubt, ma'am.
yeah,
Just a
what
small
is
doubt.
doubt? Yeah.
So there is a question named find the integer data type when the value is 15th August. So is there any shortcut for doing it, or?
Yeah, this is already discussed in many of the live sessions. You can just watch. Okay.
Okay. So, okay, then, so sorry, ma'am, this is the last question. Also, there is a question called print of 7050. So that's the doubt somebody else also asked today. So after transforming marks into a subtype of integer data type using the steps mentioned in the lecture, what would be the result of the operation? Print of 7050. So the answer says 70.5. So I'm
Yeah,
not
that
sure about.
means, yeah, that means what you are doing, you are dividing with 100. Divide by 100 and
That's
then
it, right? So there is
yeah.
nothing else. Just
Yeah.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll go to the week 2. So week 2, basically, first, what is week 2? First lecture is about conditional termination in iteration. So if some condition is met, if you wanted to stop the iteration, that is called, so iteration will happen continuously until the while condition has become false. Until this while condition has become false, this what? Until the while condition has become false, the iteration continues. But in the middle, if you wanted to stop, you can check. If you in the middle, if you wanted to stop, then you can check for some condition. If that condition is satisfied, then you can stop the iteration. So for that, this is called the conditional termination in iteration. So basically, okay, if you wanted to stop your iteration after finding the Chennai student, then how can you do that? This is an example to do this. Are you following? What did you understand? What is conditional termination in iteration?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You can
ma'am.
proceed.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain this example?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. So, okay. So what you wanted to do is like you wanted to, okay, you wanted to stop the iteration after finding a Chennai student. So basically what you will do, you are iterating over your scores data set. So in the scores data set, after finding the Chennai student, you wanted to stop the iteration. So how to do that? This is an example. Here is an example to do that. So basically, you wanted to check for two conditions here. So while pile 1 has no more cards, then also you wanted to stop the iteration, and also after seeing the Chennai student also you wanted to stop the iteration. But how to enclose that condition? Here for that only you are maintaining a variable a which is initially true, so that you can continue your iteration. You can proceed. Like if a is false, then this while loop won't be executed, no, because you are using AND condition here. So if a is true, then only you can go inside the while loop and you can iterate over the card and you can check whether the card is Chennai or not. So after seeing the Chennai card, if that particular student is from Chennai, if its city town is Chennai, then you can make A2 false. If A is false, then the iteration will be stopped, no? So
Ma'am, that
basically,
is, ma'am, I have a doubt.
Mm.
Ma'am, that means it will take only one card from Chennai. Other cards, it won't count.
yeah, only after seeing Chennai student, after
Yeah.
seeing even a single Chennai student, iteration will stop. Okay.
Okay.
So
If it is true, only iteration will be stopped now, ma'am. Otherwise, it is continuous only now.
yeah, if it is true, iteration will continue. If the first card is from Madurai, the iteration will continue. If the second card is also from Bangalore, the iteration will continue. If the third card is from some other different city, Mumbai or something, the iteration will continue. But if the fourth card is from Chennai, then A will be set to false and the iteration will be stopped. You won't check for the sixth card or fifth card again. Okay. You won't check. You won't go for the further cards.
Ma'am, if the seventh and eighth card will be Chennai, then with the iteration will
That
continue or
also
not?
you won't check. So this is conditional termination. After checking some condition, if that condition is satisfied, then you will stop the iteration. That is
Ma'am, so the iteration
terminating.
will stop
There
when the
was-
city is Chennai,
Excuse me,
right?
ma'am.
Ma'am, so the iteration
Excuse me.
stop when the city is Chennai, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. If there was like
Okay,
instead
thank you.
A equal to true at first, if it was A is equal to false, so we had to check for A is equal to true at their like pile 1 has more cards than A.
Mm. So
Then we have
yeah. So basically, we will execute the statement inside the while loop only if the while condition is satisfied. So when while condition will be satisfied? If the pile 1 has more cards and if the value of A is true. If we make A value to false, then A value is never made to true again. So we will stop our iteration there itself. The iteration won't be continued. Okay.
no, ma'am. I'm asking that like the value of A, like if the value of A is false, then for the within the while loop, should the condition be that A should be false or true?
False.
If the value of A is false, then you won't iterate at all. You won't. So this condition will be false. You won't go inside the while loop and you won't do execution of the steps if the A value is false. Okay.
And this will give us the first
Ma'am,
Chennai
he's saying
student.
that if A will be false, then what will happen?
If A is false, you won't iterate at all. If initial value of A is false, then you won't iterate at all.
Value like after the city Chennai value, if A is equal to true, then also not iterate it.
Sorry, after?
Like before the A value will be false. After that, after the if x dot city equal to Chennai, after that, if A is given true.
There is some disturbance. Okay, I am unable to hear you at all properly.
Ma'am, this code will terminate when we find the first Chennai student.
So what happens here? This code will terminate. This execution of the while loop will be terminated if A value is false. When A value you are making it to false, when the city is Chennai. And
No,
when the while loop will be stopped, when the pile 1 has no more cards and A value is false. A value is false at that time, the while loop will be, the condition of the while loop will be false and you won't iterate.
And what I was asking is, in the first line, if A is equal to false, and after that line, like if x dot city is equal to Chennai, after that line A is equal to true.
So if A is initially false, then how will you execute the while loop? For the while loop to be executed, AND condition must be true. When the AND condition will be true only if the both conditions are true. That means pile 1 should have more cards and the A
Means
value should
like
be true.
in the while loop, A value always should be true, whether it is true or false in the beginning.
And please mute the background.
Yes, ma'am, it's too distracting.
Whose background?
My
background.
Ma'am, other students, ma'am, other students.
Other, yeah, I'm muting all, but they're unmuting. I'm muting everyone.
Please mute yourself when you are not asking doubts.
Okay, is this code clear for everyone? What is conditional termination and iteration?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Yes,
Ma'am, ma'am, I have a doubt. Ma'am,
If you have any doubt, please recheck this video. Okay, this is already.
no, ma'am, I have a doubt. Ma'am, if if there is if not not A, then when will the condition be executed?
If not A, you should check for A value first. If the okay, what is your A value first?
Ma'am, Boolean.
What is its
True.
value? It's true or false?
True, ma'am.
True. If it is true, then not of true. What is not of true?
False.
False. So if of false, if of like the if condition has become false now, right? So inside the condition now, like now the condition has become false. So if condition is false, so you won't execute the statements. So if A you have, so you will check for the value of A. If it is true, then the condition is satisfied. So you will enter inside the if block and execute the statements. If not A, that means you will check the value of A and you will keep not for that. You will do the negation of that value. If it is true, then it will become false. If it is false, then it will become true. Okay, if currently A value is true and not of A will be false, so your if condition will be false and you won't execute the statements. Okay.
And same for the while loop.
Same for the while loop also.
This will give us the first Chennai student and terminate.
Yes.
But this, in this way, the order of the card will be different, right?
Ma'am, please, you proceed, ma'am. All the doubts will be clear. You can later.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Please move forward, ma'am. We have 2 more suite to cover, which
Yeah,
is 40,
these
45
people are
minutes.
not allowing. What can I do? Yeah, what is pseudocode? Nothing but textual representation. So if you have any doubt previous, like whatever we have covered, you can watch whatever I have told. So whatever you are asking is nothing but the repetition of whatever I am covering. So
ma'am. And we have a doubt clearing session, ma'am, from 8 o'clock, ma'am. They can ask
we
the
have
question.
TA office hour session also there. There you can ask these kind of doubts. Yeah, what is pseudocodes? Pseudocodes are nothing but textual representation of procedures. So you wanted to represent whatever now previously you have seen, that is nothing but, so step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, that kind of things will be there. But pseudocodes are nothing but you are representing them textually, like you are using while, this kind of things. So these are called pseudocode, and procedure is nothing but procedures are in steps. So I will show what is procedure and what is pseudocode. So first question you can see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 3, so on. That is a procedure. This is called procedure. Okay, whatever you are seeing. But yeah, this is also procedure. 4th question is also procedure. 5th question is also procedure. So this is pseudocode, because you are using while loop and everything. You are writing the whatever the steps that are there, you are writing using the while loops, if conditional box. This is called pseudocode. Okay, that is procedure. Whatever you are writing in steps, that is called procedure. Whatever you are writing in this kind of manner, with while loops and everything, that is called a pseudocode. So basically we have already covered no assignment statement. Equal to is called assignment operator. If you say count equal to 0, that means the value of 0 will be assigned to count. If you say a equal to 10, then 10 will be assigned to, the value of 10 will be assigned to 10. If you say x equal to high, then the value of high, then high is a string, the value of high will be assigned to x. That is assignment operator. And similarly, if you say sum equal to sum plus x dot mathematics, first the expression on what right side will be evaluated. Like first, whatever the value of sum is holding previously, that will be like updated, that will be like x dot mathematics marks will be added to that particular sum value. So the right side expression will be evaluated first, and later the sum value, whatever the expression that is getting here, that will be stored in sum. So let us take sum is initially 10. If you say sum equal to sum plus 20, then so 20 plus 10 will be added first, that will be 30, and the value of 30 will be stored in sum again. So this is how, this is also called assignment only. First the expression will be evaluated, and then the value will be stored in that particular value. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So coming to equality statement, so
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
also we have discussed. A equal to B. So basically equality operator is used to check the like whether the two values are same or not. So if the two values are same, then it will return true. If the two values are not same, it will return false. So similarly, we have told previously, if A is 3 and B is 5, then A equal to B will return false, because A value is not equal to B's value. But if B is also 3, then A equal to B will return true. You can do
That is
this.
conditional statement, right?
Yeah, this is like equality operator. You can use
Okay, ma'am.
it to check the conditions also. You can use it to check for some condition. You can use this in if block. So
Okay,
inside
ma'am.
the if block, inside the if condition, you can check if x dot gender is M, or if x dot city town equal to Chennai, if x dot mathematics equal to 95, something like that you can check. Okay. So the output will be true or false. If it is true, then only we will execute the statements inside the if block. If it is false, we won't execute. Okay. So similarly, we have not equal to operator also. That is exclamation and then followed by equal to sign. That is not equal to operator. Okay, it is
Ma'am,
not
I
there.
have one doubt.
So not equal to, inside the not equal to operator, we will check whether two values are not same. If two values are not same, then it will return true. If x dot gender not equal to F, then when it will return true, if the current card gender is M, that means the gender is not equal to F, then it will return for what true. So if x dot city town is not equal to Chennai, if I say, if it will see the current card city town, if it is Chennai card, then it will return false. But if it is some Bangalore or Mumbai card, it will return true, because we are checking whether the card city town is not Chennai. If it is not Chennai, it will return true. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll proceed to the conditional execution. That means if condition.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
This x not equal to, right? This is opposite of equal to or equal to equal to.
Yeah, this is opposite of equal to equal to.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, conditional check. You can check conditions by using the if conditional statement. So there can be single if, like inside the if you can have one condition, or you can have multiple conditions. So how will you enclose the multiple conditions? by using if condition 1 and condition 2, or if condition 1 or condition 2. So you can check if x dot gender is m equal to m and x dot city town equal to Chennai. That thing you can do. Okay, that is you are checking for both conditions. If both conditions are true, then only you will execute the statement inside the if block in the case of and condition. So even if one of the condition is not satisfied, then the entire condition will is not satisfied and you won't execute the statement inside the if block in the case of and condition. But in the case of or condition, even if one condition is true, like it can be like the entire condition, if condition will become true even if both conditions are true, or even if the single condition is true. So let me ask you an example. So if x dot mathematics equal to 75, or x dot gender equal to f, so when the statement inside the if block will be executed, in what cases the statement inside the if block will be executed? Can anyone of you tell?
If
Ma'am,
only
if
one
it is
condition
female,
satisfied.
or if,
Ma'am,
yeah.
if it is female and if she score 75 marks, then it will execute.
No, why? And I'm telling or no. So if
Either
gender is
one of
f,
Oh,
one
either,
of
yeah.
them has to be satisfied.
yeah,
Both
one
should
of
be
them or both
one
of
of
them.
them.
One of them or both of them. So I will say if the
One
student
of them.
is female,
One of
if the
them.
yeah,
At most one.
yeah, if the student is female, then also condition will be satisfied and you will execute the statement inside the if block. If the student has got, even if the student is male but he has got greater than 75 marks in mathematics, then the condition will be satisfied. Then also you will execute the statements inside the if block, even if it is he is male but his mathematics marks are greater than 75. In that case also you will execute the statement inside the if block. Even if the student is female and her mathematics marks are less than 75, in that case also you will execute the statement inside the if block. Even if the student is both male, like she's male and she has scored above 75, in that case also you will execute the statement inside the if block. So in the case of or condition, even if the one condition is satisfied, you will execute the statement in the or statement inside the if block. So like at most one condition has to be satisfied, that not at most, at least one, either one condition or both conditions has to be satisfied. But in the
And
case
for
of
or,
for or, like one condition or two conditions can be satisfied.
okay.
Yeah, in the case of and both conditions has to be satisfied. So if I use like if x dot gender equal to f and x dot mathematics must be greater than 75, then when the statement inside the if block will be executed, only for the female student with the mathematics marks greater than 75, then only the if condition will be satisfied, the condition will be executed. But even if the
Ma'am, that means for a or condition, we have to check both times. But only and condition, only one we have to check whether it is satisfying both or not.
So for and we have to check both the conditions. If both conditions are satisfied, then only we'll execute the statement inside the if block.
Okay.
For or, even if one is satisfied, we will execute the statement.
Got
So
it, ma'am.
yeah.
Hello,
Even if
ma'am.
yeah.
Please, ma'am, provide me completely card of City Light Olympic Library and more cards because I am facing problem graded assignment.
Yeah, Avinash, I'm not able to get you. Actually, this is summary session of weeks. So basically, I'm just covering the summary, and then you have doubt clearing session also in from 8 to 10 by TAs. There you can ask your doubt if you have any, and mock session also will be there. Some extra session also will be there on Saturday.
Yeah, ma'am, 8 to 10 minutes, sir, ma'am.
TA session, basically.
Yeah, and when, ma'am?
Sorry,
When, ma'am, TA session?
8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
You
today.
should check your calendar, bro.
Yeah.
Today, ma'am.
Yeah, every day it will be there. You can check your calendar. So in the case of while you will check the condition repeatedly. So if the condition is satisfied, then only you will execute the statement inside the while loop. But in the case of if, condition will be checked only once, but in the case of while, it will be checked repeatedly. Okay, but if the if condition is enclosed in the while loop, then that condition also will be checked repeatedly. So if the while condition has become false, then you won't execute the statement inside the while loop. If it has not become false, then you will execute the if it is true, then you will execute the statement inside the while loop. So any doubt till now here, week 2?
Ma'am, can you
No, ma'am.
repeat repeatedly once
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, we can move to week 3 then. Week 3 summary.
Yes, ma'am.
Conditional termination and conditional execution.
Ma'am, that while part, can you repeat once?
So basically, while in for the while loop, you will check the condition, no, every time. So every time you are checking while pile 1 has more cards. So if your pile 1 has more cards, like if your pile 1 is not empty, then only you will iterate. If your pile 1 has become empty, then you won't iterate, no. That means only if the condition has become true, then only you will execute the statement inside the while loop. So but the condition is checked repeatedly, right? For after every
Yes,
iteration, you
ma'am.
will
Yes.
check again. Yeah, that is called repeatedly. So first, week 3 has started with the presentation of data sets in the form of table. If you wanted to store your data sets in the form of table, then each attribute or field is a column in the table, like card number, that is called sequence number, name, gender, and DOB. That will be the field, and each card has a row in the table. Like, so you will store, so for each card, you will store that data in a row. So for the 0th row, that means 0th sequence number card, you will store 0 as card number, name as Bhunesh, gender, and all the fields, all the values here. Same for 1 also. So basically, each card information is stored row by row, and for each card there is some attribute field, like card number, name, gender, everything. So each card will be having all these attributes. Okay, this is an example. So same for same
Ma'am, you
same.
are not audible.
You
Is
are
it for
audible,
you?
ma'am, clearly.
You are audible, ma'am.
You are
Audible.
You are
Audible.
audible, ma'am.
Yes. Your voice is clear, ma'am.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
So but if the card has some what, let us take the example of SV stores here, like the shopping bill data set. It is difficult to store it, no, because so you, what are the fields for SV stores? So it will be shop name, customer name, sequence number, and total bill amount that you can store. But what about item and category? So the
We'll
each
create
customer
an
will,
item list for that.
sorry,
Ma'am, if all put together, it will become congested. We'll create an item list for that and then we'll add it
yeah.
to the
So
field.
first, so items will be different, no, items will be different for each and every customer. So it is all these items you cannot store in a single cell. Here you have stored gender M, DOB 7 number, something like that. But if you have item as a column, then you cannot store all this. So for this, what you have to do, you have to maintain separate table for items to store, and then you can like you need two tables basically in order to store the customer information. One is store is item, and the other is to store some information. Okay, this kind of thing will be difficult. Yeah. So basically, I will see what is there in week 3.
Hello. Yeah, Nalini.
Yeah, yes, Deepak.
Yeah. So one wording to this guy, Srijit Bhadra. If you do not stop sending this WhatsApp group message, I mean, for joining your WhatsApp group, if you put one more time in the chat, I'm going to remove you from all the sessions, not only in the CT, maths, whatever the courses you have registered. If you are listening, you should stop
putting this message in any one of the session, either in CT, math, or any courses. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, okay, Deepak. Yeah. So basically, yeah, if you wanted to find the below average students in 2 iterations, like if you wanted to find the below average students, so how will you do that? So basically, you will use, so anyone of you, would you like to tell, if you wanted to find the below average total marks student, then how will you do that? Anyone of you?
Less than
May I, ma'am?
by comparing.
Yeah, yes, please. Any
2
yes,
iteration will be.
We'll
find the
First, we'll
average
find
and
the
then
average
compare.
of overall students. Then
And then we
we'll
will compare with the total marks.
So
yeah.
how many iteration we require?
Iteration.
There will be 2 iterations for this.
So yeah,
but
2
it
iterations
will
means
be useful.
Will be sufficient for that.
yeah. So basically, if you wanted to find the student whose total marks are below the average total marks, so how many while loops you require? 2 while loops. Yeah. So that are 2 separate while loops. So first while loop, in the first while loop, you will iterate over the cards, all the cards. Pile 1 has not empty, you will iterate and you will find the average total marks. How will you find the average total marks? You will just do sum. You will just sum up the total marks. Sum equal to sum plus total marks you will do. For every card, you will add his total marks to the sum. Sum equal to sum plus x dot total you will do. And then you will count each and every card. Count equal to count plus 1 you will do for every card.
How
So
can I
this,
find below average students? So mine using while loop.
so while loop, basically inside the while loop, basically for the first while loop, so how will you get average total mark? What is average?
So the cards, what does it
Sum
represent?
divided
What's
by
the
total.
Divide
parameter?
sum by count.
So average nothing but sum. So if you wanted to find the average total marks, how will you do? You will find the sum of total marks first, then divided by the number of students. Then you will get the average total marks. That's how you will find average, no? So if you wanted to find something, average mathematics marks, then how will you find? So you will find the sum of mathematics marks of all students, then divide by number of students, then it will give the average mathematics marks. So, right?
What should be divided?
Yes,
from
ma'am.
What does the
finding
card
average students?
represent? Cards, parameter.
Ma'am, could you please say the condition for the second while loop? Like how will we compare it with the average mark?
I will tell the condition. While pile 1 has more cards, will do. You will do while pile 1 has more cards. For each card, that means you are iterating over the pile 1. You will what? You will add sum equal to sum plus x dot total. Like how to find the average? It is nothing but how to find the average? We will find the average by adding the total marks of each and every student and then dividing it by the number of students. That's how we'll
Ma'am,
get
for
the
separate
average.
boys and girls, if we need to find who has scored more, means comparison comes, then we have to count for separate boys and separate girls, right?
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
to use probably
Yes,
a different iteration for that, right? Like we have to calculate
No,
boys
in a
separately and
single
then girls
iteration,
separately.
you can check if gender is same. Then you can add sum equal to someone plus x dot total.
Ma'am, then
Else
that
you
will,
can
there
say,
will be, yeah, ma'am. Okay.
so in the single iteration, you can get average of boys and girls. Yeah, male and female. So in the other while loop, so average you can find by saying outside the while loop, you can say average equal to sum by count. So it is nothing but sum of the all students total marks by the number of students.
Ma'am,
In order to find the number of students who have got below the average marks, then what other while loop you have to use to check whether each and every student total is greater or less than average. So how to check? So you will just, while pile 2 has more cards, you will check. While
ma'am,
pile 2 has more cards, so you will check. Yeah.
Don't we initialize count and sum equal to 0 here?
Yeah, that
in
we
while
have to
loop?
initialize. That we have to initialize. Yeah, I'm just writing here. Count equal to 0.
And ma'am, one more doubt.
Ma'am,
And here also you have to say move x to pile 2. Read the top card from pile 1, everything that you have to say.
That is self-understood.
ma'am, I have a doubt here. Ma'am, why you are using pile 2 directly in while this one?
Yeah,
Why we
because
will use?
I'm assuming like cards are moved from pile 1 to pile 2 in first iteration. So now our cards
Okay,
are
ma'am,
in
you're
pile
continuing
2.
from first. Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. Okay, fine. Got it.
Now
And
our
ma'am,
cards, all our cards are in pile 2.
what
Okay.
does non-nested
ma'am.
mean here?
So while pile 2 has more cards, you will do, and you will check whether that means all our card information is now in pile 2. Now you will check each and every student total mark. If x dot total below average student, you want know if x dot
less
total
than.
less than average, then
Yes, ma'am.
then only you have to count that. So count that student, no? So you can initialize some variable here. Some variable like
Ma'am, here what is x dot total?
you don't know that what is x dot total?
Total marks on all the cards.
Total marks of that particular card.
X means
Okay,
card.
ma'am.
That's it.
X is card and total is a field. So x dot total will give the total marks of that particular card.
Ma'am, what does non-nested mean here?
Sorry?
What's the meaning of nested?
Nested, I will come to that. Nested means I will come. Count 1 plus 1 you will do. Okay.
Differentiate between nested and non-nested iterations, ma'am.
Yeah, I will tell what is the difference between nested and non-nested. So basically, what you are doing in the first iteration, you are finding the average. In the second iteration, you are checking whether the student total is less than the average. If it is less than the average, then only you are incrementing count 1. So basically, finally, you will take the value of count 1. Count 1 will give the number of students who have scored the less than below average total marks. Okay. So this is like non-nested while loop. Why it is called non-nested? Are you seeing what is nested? Nested means while.
May I see that?
While condition 1 and then this is while loop. If you have while inside a while, then it is called nested. So while inside a while, it is called nested while loop. If you have two while loops separately, here while one while loop is here and the other while loop is another, like here. There are two separate while loops, right? This while loop is separate and this while loop is separate. So this is called non-nested. But if you have while inside a while, like if this while loop is also inside this while loop, then it is called nested. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how to manipulate the result, ma'am, when one while is within the other while? How do we consider it?
What? How
It
do we
should
consider?
satisfy both the conditions, ma'am.
No, if
So,
one while,
If
if first while loop,
We have to run the data.
so how to execute if you have to nested while loop, I'm telling. So first so if you have some statements here, S1, and
Ma'am,
if you
your
have
voice is too low.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
fundamental is the Tableau, ma'am. Tableau SQL is fundamental for this, ma'am. Easy to learn. Even Python also it's good for.
Yeah, Nalini, can you increase the size of the box where you're writing notepad? I mean, not the size, not the font size.
Okay, this tab. Okay, yeah, I understood.
Maybe you can split half and half. What do? You just download this summary, put it in the half, and this one also half. That will be better, I think.
You can increase it, ma'am.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I will
Nalini,
do
this just minute, guys, sorry. Yeah, so this guy has last message on 7/27. If he puts after that, let me know. Okay? Nalini?
Yeah, yeah, yes, Deepak. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm splitting my screen. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so guys, so did you tell about the mock and revision session?
Yeah, I told like mock will be given and revision session.
Yeah, so mock will be on Wednesday, and next day, Thursday, 8 to 10 session is there. So that will be the mock paper solving question, and then Saturday you will have that last minute revision or something, whatever it is there, like some.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for so much for
Excuse
arranging
me,
these
sir.
sessions, sir.
So will this clash
Actually, we
with any
needed
another
this like
subject?
last moment.
Sorry.
Would
So
it
will
be
this
for
clash
all
with
four
another
subjects?
subjects?
No. So that will be not class. We have checked the other session timing also, so that will be not classing. So that's why we kept
Okay, sir.
session 8 to 10 so that we can extend the session till everyone doubt is clear. Okay.
Sir, on Saturday.
Can this type of class is
Sir.
for all the subjects?
Yeah, every course will have this revision session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, your posted mock test, no, sir, that we can
Sir,
submit on
when will be
any
the
up to
sir
Thursday,
when
no, sir.
Yeah, so listen, so one don't, so please guys mute yourself, everyone, please. Yeah, so mock paper we will keep open a whole day on Wednesday. So but take as a exam, I mean you just go for 1 hour, start your timer, and then you go solve for next 1 hour. Treat like you are actually sitting in the examination hall or you're trying to solve the paper. And the next day, we will discuss the questions, whatever asked in the mock. Apart from that, I can also discuss the some typical concepts and other some good questions. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, is there any fixed
sir
time?
tomorrow at night or at morning?
I told on Wednesday there will be mock, and next day, I mean Thursday, 8 to 10 will be the mock revision session or mock paper.
At morning or night, sir?
Night.
Sir, when will be the math revision session?
So this is not, I don't know, means you just check the calendar for the math, and it will be good that if you ask to the math instructors. Okay, because I also don't have the idea when they are going to do.
11th and 14th, sir.
Okay, enough these non-technical questions. Now Nalini, you proceed. I'm going to leave, and also please check this guy if he's putting message again, let me know,
Yeah, sure, Deepak.
because this is not a platform where he can do such things. If he really want to do these things, please use another platform, because this creates problem for the students in future. So that's why I'm just be strict for this thing. Okay, good.
Sir, I have technical doubt. So in the TS sessions, I'm not able to join any session.
So just we for in the session 5 to 10 minutes at
Sir,
least.
I did that. I joined half an hour early. But
okay, sorry for that if you face difficulty, but because what happens now while explaining, she or he will be busy, so he might be not realizing that someone is waiting. So that's why. Otherwise, we will do something. I mean, so once
yes, I mailed the support and they said the same thing that join. But I do that and then don't let me in.
So only how many times you face this issue? Every
Sir,
time?
I also face this
Every time,
problem 3-4 times.
Yeah, sir, every time.
Sir, I also.
Okay.
They don't let us in.
No. So because sometimes what happens, they do not have authority to let you in, because we have to make first co-host, then they will be able to, because they are not doing intentionally, because sometimes they are not having access to make you get into the session. Okay.
Deepak,
do we also have YouTube links for these kind of sessions?
No. For that TA sessions, we are not streaming, but from week 5 onwards, we will try to do such thing. Okay.
Yeah, because people like us who are facing these kind of difficulties, a YouTube link will definitely help us to attend the session.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Sir,
We'll.
it is better, sir, if we can attend the TS session, sir.
Yeah, 3 to
Sorry?
4 mock test paper will be issued,
So it
sir.
is better, sir, if we can attend the TS sessions, means if they let us in. That
Yeah,
is
yeah. So
good.
they will definitely let you in, but sometimes it happens. I mean, but from next time onwards, we will be
Okay,
very
sir.
careful in these things. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
Okay.
please
Thank
move
you,
after
sir.
the
Sir,
topic.
please clear my doubt, please, sir. When sir, at 3 o'clock mock test paper will be issued.
So guys, listen. See what I'm telling. Just listen, please. And so Wednesday, the mock paper will be open a whole day. You can come. You can enter at any time. Just go for 1 hour according to the generally the 1 hour you have to give for one paper at least, like that examination is there. So just spend 1 hour. Try to solve as much as you can. And if you still face that, yeah, I need some more time, you do. But treat like you have sit for 1 hour and then see that how many questions you have solved that. So that will check your the capacity. And the next day we
Okay,
will
sir.
have the revision mock paper solution, which will be night 8 to 10 Thursday. Okay. No questions
sir.
after that. Okay. Nalini,
We
please.
will get mock paper on Wednesday, sir.
Guys, listen. Sorry.
We will get the mock paper on Wednesday.
What did I say now?
Yes, sir. I'm not there.
Yeah, so please go back and listen to the YouTube. Just see, guys, and this because so Wednesday there will be mock paper. It will be open whole day. Okay, you will get the notification
Okay,
as well. Okay, yeah, Nalini, please continue. I think this
Sir,
question
please
will
look
keep
into the
continuing.
TS
Yeah.
session.
Okay, Nalini,
Uh,
please continue.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So can anyone of you tell when the statement S2 will be executed?
Only when the state condition 1 is
one is fulfilled.
executed.
Sorry?
So, ma'am, when
When the condition one is
When S1
fulfilled,
is true,
Condition S1 is
later
true,
on
then condition
and
2
condition
also
two
will
will
be
be
condition
executed.
2 is true. Both
So
condition 1 and 2
so
are
S2 will be executed only if both conditions, condition 1 and conditions 2 must be satisfied. Okay. If both conditions are satisfied, then only
Yes.
S2 will be executed. So when S1 will be executed?
When condition 1 will be true.
when condition
When
one
condition
when
1 is
condition one is
executed.
executed.
one is fulfilled.
So when condition 1 is true, then S1 will be executed. When S3 will be executed?
When
both
S2
are the
when both the
Ma'am,
conditions
when
condition 2 is
condition one and
false, condition
condition
1 is true.
So S3 will be executed only if, even if condition 1 is true. Even if the condition 1 is true, then what S3 will be executed. So yeah.
So, ma'am,
So the thing is,
S3
this is called,
S3 does not matter that condition 2 is satisfied. It just needs
yeah,
that
for
condition
S3
1 is satisfied.
it is not required to satisfy condition 2. Even if the condition 2, so what happens, S2, for only for S2 both condition 1 and condition 2 has to be satisfied. Sir, for S1 and S3, even if the condition 1 is satisfied, then the S1 and S3 will be executed. Okay.
Ma'am, because it is in braces, S2 is in braces, so it doesn't look for S3. S2,
So
right?
actually S2 is inside the while loop. Inside the while loop. Inside which while loop it is there? Inside
second
the both
condition.
while loops. Inside the both
Yeah.
while loops, no? That's why inside the condition 2 while loop and inside the condition while loop. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why for S2 to be executed, both the conditions has to be satisfied. This is called nested while loop. So you have while inside a while.
Why don't
So
you call me by my name?
Sorry?
Can you please explain this nested iteration with an example, ma'am?
So yeah, this is called while inside a while. You have condition. So for to execute S2, condition 1 and condition 2 has to be satisfied. Yeah, I will.
Hey Siri.
Can you please give an example of while inside a while?
So yeah, you have seen the example like, so if
Hey,
you are
Siri.
iterating over the words data set, what you will check?
Hey Siri.
So if we
Hey
have words
Siri.
data set, then what you will do? While
Hey
pile 1 has more cards, you
Siri.
will check first.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Pile
Dude,
1
your
has
mic is on. Please
Please
mute your
get
mic.
your Siri later, man.
Yeah, while pile 1 has more cards, you will check
Your
first.
Siri is not listening.
Yeah, while pile 1 has more cards, you will check first. And then if you are executing on words data set, that means if you wanted to execute, if you wanted to iterate over the letters of the your word, then how will you do? So you will start with I equal to 1, and then what will you do? You will have another while loop which is check while I less than or equal to x dot letter count. LC I am using here. Okay, then then you will do some iteration, like you will check if x dot word is a vowel or not.
LC means what?
Ma'am, it is.
That will come under second condition.
Ma'am, your voice is buffering, ma'am. It's echo. Its voice is echoed. Your voice is it's like a echoed. It's I couldn't know. Now the few seconds I'm hear that. Yeah.
Now is it clear?
No, it's clear.
Okay, ma'am.
It's
It's
okay.
fine,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's okay for us.
It is fine, ma'am. We are able to hear
Yeah,
you.
ma'am,
Yeah.
it's fine, ma'am.
So if
No, ma'am,
so,
it's fine.
so you have variable something like count equal to 0, then you are checking, you can check. Okay,
Ma'am, is it nested? While
yeah,
inside
this is
while.
nested. Why it is not nested?
Yeah.
You are telling you have while inside a while. No, this is nested.
Yeah, it is a nested. It is nested.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if is coming inside the while, then is it nested?
No, if it's different. If we say if it's not a loop, while is a loop, right?
Okay, I got
If
that.
is
Okay.
just conditional statement.
Okay.
Yeah. If ith letter of x dot word, so you are telling if ith letter of x dot word vowel, you will check.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you give us a little brief about means loop, difference between loop and these conditional statements? I'm
What
getting
is loop?
confused in.
What is loop? Loop is nothing but an iterator. Inside the loop, like if you enclose the statement inside the while loop, then you will perform. So loop is an iterator. Basically, you will use loop to perform the task repeatedly. So while loop, what you will, yeah. So basically, loops are used to iterate over the cards, right? While pile 1 has more cards, you will do. But if you will, in the case of if, you will check for some condition. If that condition is true, then only you will execute the statement inside the if block. So you will say loop as while loop, and if you say block, then it's a if block. Like basically, loop and block are different. So loop is used for iterator, and for condition, you will use block. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, what are the conditions here?
I will tell.
Ma'am, will you brief about nested and non-nested after this?
I have briefed already. You can rewatch.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
I have told it previously only.
Where are you guys? I don't know.
So this is example of nested. So here you have while inside a while, but here you have two while loops separately. This is non-nested. Here while is not present inside the while. This is called non-nested. But here you have while inside a while. This is called nested. I have given example. You can just recheck that, rewatch that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry. So what you are doing, this is an example of nested while loop. So what you are doing here is first you are iterating over the cards of the words data set, and then for each card, what you are doing, you are iterating over the letters of each card. That's what you are doing, no? While I less than or equal to x dot letter. So basically I is you have for every card is nothing but a word, right? In the words data set. So for every card you are setting I equal to 1 and count equal to 0, you are telling. And what you are doing, while I less than x dot letter count, that means you are iterating over the letters of that particular word. Then you are checking if ith letter of x dot word is a vowel, then you are incrementing the count to 1. So you are iterating over the each and every letter. If it is a vowel, then you are incrementing the count. Okay. That is nested, because in order to execute the count equal to count plus 1, which all conditions has to be satisfied. Can you tell?
Yes, file 1 has more cards and it should be the vowel.
So for in this case, so first you wanted to iterate over the card. In order to iterate over the card, you must satisfy this condition, while pile 1 has more card. So
And
after getting a card, you
okay,
must check
less than
its
or
letter
equal.
count. If it is letter
Yes,
count
ma'am.
is less
Letter.
than
Don't we have to
less
increase
than or
the
equal
I
to x
here?
letter count, then the condition is satisfied. Then you will check whether the extra word is a vowel. If it is a vowel, then only you will make count equal to count plus 1. If it is not a vowel, if it is a consonant, then also you won't execute the statement. Okay.
Yes.
Even if the letter count is something, if I value is something like 7, then also you won't execute the statement.
Okay, ma'am.
We have to increase the
we
I
have
count
given
after this
X is
second, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I equal to I plus 1 you have to do in
Right.
every iteration, because
Okay.
the I should be updated to, like, for
Next
every
round.
letter. Yeah, you
Right.
have to iterate over every letter, no?
To get
So
the
that
letter
can be
count.
done. Yeah, that
Right.
can be done
And if
by
you
using,
if we get letter count less than 1, then we will stop the iteration.
if the letter count is greater than, if the I value is
No,
greater
less
than
than 1.
letter count.
A letter
No,
cannot
no.
have less
If
than one count, no?
right,
So
right,
you are
right, right, right,
initializing it to 1. So letter count cannot be 0. It can be 1, 2, or something like
right,
that. Letter.
right. Exactly,
Ma'am,
exactly.
Yeah.
we have given I is equal to 1. So the word should contain more than one letter.
Yes,
And
word will
we are
definitely contain
also
more than one letter.
more than one letter. And if what is ith word represent, ma'am? Ith letter of word X.
If
First letter.
ith letter of X dot word, that means what is the current value of your I?
1, ma'am.
1. So it will check the first letter of your word. If it is vowel, then it will increment count to 1. If your I value is 2, then it will check the second letter of your word. If it is S, then it is a consonant. So the condition is not satisfied. You will exit this if block. I equal to I plus 1 will happen. I will be updated to 3. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So it depends on the value we give for I.
Yes.
Ma'am, one more doubt.
No, it depends on the length of the word, right?
Yeah, we depend on the length of the word and I value also in order to iterate.
Right.
Firstly, we check whether
And
if
after
there are
every
more
word, the I will
by
reset
1.
to 1.
After every word, I will be reset to 1, because for every word,
We have to check it separately.
Yeah, for every word, we have to iterate the letters, no? So starting letter is first letter. From first letter to last letter, you have to iterate. So
Right,
for
right.
every word, you are making I equal to 1. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
for
can
count to be
you
incremented,
elaborate
we
on
want
the condition I less
all
than
the
or
conditions
equal
to be
to X
satisfied,
dot
ma'am.
letter count?
Guys,
Yeah,
one by
let's.
one.
Ma'am, what will be the final output for this?
This will count variable will be storing
count of the vowels.
The count of the vowels of last
In a
word only.
word.
We are just keeping the last word track. We are
Yes.
not, for each word we are not keep. So for each word count will be updated, but yeah, only for the last value all of the count will be stored. So now if you have 10 cards, 10 words, then count will be storing in every iteration. In every iteration count will be storing the number of vowels in that word, but every time the count value is replaced, every time count value we are replacing. So for the first word we will see number of vowels that will be stored in count. For the second word also, count is 0 initially, and then finally it will be updated. The updated value will be some number of vowels inside that. So that will happen for each and every card. So finally you will be storing only the last card's vowels, number of vowels in
Can
the
we
last
proceed
card.
a little faster?
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, for count to be incremented, what conditions should be satisfied, ma'am? Firstly, we want pile 1 should have more cards. Then the letter count should be greater than or equal to 1.
I value should
Yeah,
be
every
within the
card
letter
will
count.
certainly
I value should be less than or equal to letter
within the
count.
letter count.
Less than the or equal to the letter count. X dot letter
Because
words
each
letter count.
time while counting the letter, I value will increment, right? So it won't be less.
Yes, ma'am.
Every time letter count will be higher than the I value only.
Ma'am,
Okay, then
and then you
we
have
are
to
going
check
through
whether the
what
letter
are the
is vowel or not. If it is a vowel, then only you will increment the count. Okay. Yeah, we'll go a
Ma'am,
little faster. It's already 8.
ma'am, I'm not feeling well, ma'am. Shall I leave, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, you can definitely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, what is X dot word and X dot letter count mean?
See, you have to know these things by now already. X dot word, what is X? X is a card. What is X dot word? Whatever the word name. If it is like it is it. If the word is it, then X dot word will be it. If the word is, then the X dot word will be is. If the word
No,
is
if I
Monday,
don't have any doubts, I'll leave, ma'am.
yes, definitely. So X dot
Thank you.
word will be Monday. Okay. So now what is the difference? What is a procedure? Procedure is nothing but that performs some task. So procedure will have name. So name of the procedure is some marks here, and it takes some argument here that is denoted by the braces. So procedure basically is used to perform some task. Okay, if you wanted to like find the sum of mathematics marks of male student, then you can use a procedure. If you wanted to do the same thing for female student, then also you can use the same procedure. But gender, every time gender you can pass it differently. So the basically procedure has name and argument that receives as a value, that is gender here. Arguments is denoted in the brackets, and the calling procedure. So in order to call the procedure, in order to invoke this procedure, you will call the procedure sum max and followed by the gender. F or M you have to pass. Okay. Some argument you have to pass because the procedure is taking single argument and that is the gender. So you have to pass that while calling the procedure. So what happens if you say sum max of F, then gen, whatever this gen here that is there, now it will be, this will be holding the F. It will be holding F. So wherever if you say X dot gender equal to F, it will check. So if the current student gender is F, then if condition will be satisfied and sum equal to sum plus X dot mathematics will happen. If it is male, then it won't be satisfied and the mathematics marks won't be stored. And procedure returns the value. So whatever the procedure here, it is return statement there, no, that is returning some sum that will be stored here. If you say sum equal to, if you say something, if you say X equal to sum math of F, while invoking, if you say X equal to sum math of F, then the value returned by the this procedure sum max will be stored in X. Okay. Okay, is it clear?
Ma'am, I have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question on
Yes,
practice assignment number 10 on week
Yeah,
4.
that will be taken later in the later.
No, it's
Okay.
regarding the procedure call. That is where I have the doubt. Will
Which
it be taken
assignment?
later?
Which assignment?
Practice assignment week 4, question number 10.
Ma'am, let's complete the week 3 first.
Yeah, week 3 it is, yeah, procedure everyone understood, no? So,
Ma'am,
I have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so we'll
procedure
go to
is
week
be
4.
called. No?
We'll go to week 4 first.
Ma'am,
Okay, week 4
First
summary
complete
first.
the week 4
what
and
Yes, ma'am.
then you take
Let's
the doubts.
complete the summary and then we shall go some questions and doubts.
ma'am?
Yeah, so if you have any doubts, you can ask that in the this session also.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Ma'am, can you please explain once again the procedure? The procedure is to be called. Invoking means?
Yeah, invoking means calling only.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
in procedure, if the gender is equal to M, what will be the final output?
if the gender equal to
M.
M, it will nothing but your procedure will return the sum of mathematics marks of male students, because
Then
that
it will
what it
be
is
equal to
happening,
0,
no?
right?
Sorry?
Then it will be equal to 0.
No, here gender. So while calling, you can say sum math of M.
Yes, ma'am.
So that time it will be storing the sum of mathematics marks of male students. Sum will be whatever.
But when we take procedure of sum of maths in bracket M and in curly
No,
bracket,
I think
gender
no.
is equal to M.
Yeah.
Suppose we get the card X which is of female.
then
No,
it
that
won't
is
count.
some
Then
plus
it won't
some.
be
Yeah.
taken into consider. Then the marks won't be added. Some max marks won't be added to some. Okay.
Ma'am, here I
Yes, ma'am.
have to ask one thing. Sum plus x dot max means we can count one, right?
So we are just adding the mathematics marks to the
Yes,
sum.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you, ma'am.
week 4, basically week 4, summary is not provided for week 4.
Yes,
ma'am.
not provided.
Yes, ma'am, not provided, ma'am.
Ma'am, only summary lecture of only 4 weeks are there. But for week 4 itself is not there.
So week 4, okay, I will just recall. So week 4, in week 4, basically you have nested iterations. So nested iteration, basically you will use to find
Ma'am,
the
your voice is
pairs.
low.
Is it
It's
for
not
everyone?
low.
I'm shouting. Why it is low? No, it is won't be low. Yeah.
Ma'am, it's
I
clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So nested iteration, basically we will use in order to find the pairs. So if you wanted to find the pair of students with same total marks, then how will you do? If you wanted to find the pairs of students who have received the same total marks, then how will you do? So first you will take first card, you will check his total, and you will compare with all other cards total. If the total marks is same, then you will note it as pair. Same. For the second card also, you will take the second card and you will check with the remaining all other cards the total marks. If both totals are same, then you will count it as pair. Okay, so each card should be compared with each and every card. That happens only in the nested iteration. What is nested iteration? While inside a while. Okay. Okay, there are
Yes,
And
many
ma'am,
examples. Yeah.
ma'am, I'm just clear my one doubt. Ma'am, if there is only while and if statement is there, that is non-nested.
Sorry, if there is only one while, then it is while only, single while. If there are while
Ma'am, I
inside
want
a
to
while,
understand the non-nested one.
yeah,
Nested one you already explained. Non-nested, which one is non-nested?
non-nested means single while. Generally, whatever you are looking now, that is
Okay,
non-nested
okay.
only.
Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am. Okay, got it, ma'am.
yeah. So you have in the like basically week 4 is on this nested iteration only, and then there are many examples here, like st-
Ma'am,
if you
can you
wanted to find
explain
this pair
beginning?
of students with the same date of birth, then what will you do? That thing is, it has, like, you will check the compare the date of birth of both the students, and then like you will take the first card, you will see his date of birth, then then you will note down the date of birth in some variable, and then what you will do, you will check each and every card's date of birth. If both of them having the same date of birth, then you will count it as pair. The same thing, second card also, you will see, you will take his note down his date of birth, and then you will compare with all the remaining cards date of birth. If both are having same date of birth, then you will note down it as pair. That is nested iteration. For that you will use a nested
So basically, we
while
have to
loop.
use equal to operator for each and every card.
Yeah, you have to check whether both of the card has same date of birth. So x dot dob equal to y dot dob you will do. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Ma'am, is
Yeah,
it possible in a single iteration or?
it's nested iteration.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have concept of binning. So what you will do, so what is concept of binning? So suppose you wanted to just find the number of pairs of students who are from same city, then what you can do is, like, in the first iteration you can bin your student, like you can, so if the student is from Chennai, you can move to some table. If the student is from Bangalore, you can move to table 3. If the student is from Madurai, you can move to table 4, something like that. So based on the city town, you can bin your cards as different tables.
I have a question over here. I'm sorry to interrupt you in between. My question comes up is like, you say that like we can bin them into different cities, but what if like, we want to bin, we don't know the number of cities we have. And for example, we have Mumbai, Delhi, but apart from that, there could be multiple cities as well, right? So how we will bin them into different like cities? How we define those
Yeah,
categories?
that is difficult. At the time, binning will be difficult. But in the case of gender, the gender is in the
Yes,
card
gender could be
status.
either male or female,
Male
but
or
for
female.
example,
So you can,
cities we talked about, so we have different cities for that
yeah,
as well,
that
right?
time binning is difficult. So every time it is not recommended to bin. Okay, bin. Okay, if you know
Okay.
something properly. So if you wanted to bin the students by same, if you wanted to find the same date of birth, so you
Mm-hmm.
can bin the students by month,
Right,
like
right,
January, February,
right.
and then you can compare
With
within
the
the bin.
dates.
Within the bin, you can compare the students' date of birth. If they're having the same date of birth, same year, and same day, then you can
Mm-hmm.
count it as pair
Yes,
in the
right.
same table. So in that kind of cases, binning will be useful.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, please.
does the meaning binning means to filter out the specific data which we want?
Yeah, binning means filtering out. Binning means segregating our data.
Ma'am, binning is means
Categorizing the data, I believe.
Yeah, we are segregating our data
Right.
based on some condition. So if some condition is met, we will move to some table, like we will separate the data. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Segregating our data basically.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this finding the pairs by binning.
Mm.
Suppose we are going through a code. First we are binning and then finding the pair. Is it a nested iteration?
Yes. After binning, you will compare each card with every other card. Then also you require nested iteration. First
But
you will
while
bin. So
but
for
while
binning, you require single iteration, and
yes,
after binning, you have to iterate. You have to do nested iteration. Okay.
so last iteration for finding the pair after binning, that will become nested.
Yes. So first, using binning, you will segregate your data. After segregation, you will call nested while. You will do nested while loop.
But while binning, the binnings will be non-nested.
Iterate. You have to do nested iteration. Okay.
So last iteration for finding the pair after binning.
So there is some echo. There is some disturbance. So first, using binning, you will segregate your data. After segregation, there is some disturbance. Yeah, any doubt specifically you have, you can ask. Yeah, in that. No?
Ma'am, till when the class will be continued?
Yeah, this is completed actually. The class is till 8 o'clock only.
I have a doubt, not regarding this CT, but regarding the qualifier exam.
Yeah, what is your doubt?
Ma'am, the total timing is 4 hours for the qualifier, right? So my doubt was that after like the qualifier exam will start from 2 p.m. and
So these kind of things you can, there is separate meeting is happening every day from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. something like that. Someone has told. You can ask this kind of
Yes,
kind
ma'am,
of
on
doubts is
Google
there.
Meet. Ma'am, you have completed week 4.
Yeah, week 4 I have basically is binning and about the nested iterations only. So in the solve with us, like have just
And
explained.
practice assignment week 4, question number 10, please.
Shall we see this in Wednesday session? That is for question and answer only, right?
Yeah, Wednesday session, and you have some extra session also. That can be done on Wednesday also.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, the class is over now.
Yeah, basically it is over.
Okay.
Ma'am, is reduction by a
So,
factor
ma'am,
in
should
the
we
qualifier?
leave?
Yeah, you can leave.
Ma'am, can we leave?
Yes, sure, you can leave.
Excuse me,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, yes. So basically
may I
today
proceed?
office hour sessions are also happening. If you have any questions, doubts, any doubt in any questions, you can ask there also.
But ma'am, I am unable to connect with a TA session, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Unable to
also
log
you are
in.
unable to join. Are
Ma'am,
you
can you
able to join?
upload week 4 summary?
So
Ma'am, I
before
have a
summary,
doubt.
I have explained now itself. Okay, nested iteration and about the binning concept.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in created
Ma'am, week
assignment of
4 is
week.
only about binning and nested
Yes.
iteration, right, ma'am?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
M is reduction by a factor of a formula in qualifier.
I didn't understand.
And the reduction by a factor formula that n minus 1 by n by k minus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, we also had few formulas in week 4.
That that is like already covered, no, in open sessions and everything. So how to reduce? So basically, if you go to the lecture and also in Discord, some people has answered this properly. So basically, how many? If you are comparing each card with every card, I will just show this one and I will close this. Okay.
Ma'am, he say binding formula.
So I'm showing here. If you have n cards, if you are doing what? If you are doing nested iteration, that means every card will be compared with every other card. So first card will be compared with n minus 1 card, like all the remaining cards. Second card will be compared with all the remaining cards, n minus 2 cards. And third card will be compared with all the remaining cards, n minus 3 cards. Total cards are n. So first card will be compared with all the remaining cards, means n minus 1 card. Second card will be compared with all the remaining cards. So if for the nth card, for the last card, what will you be compare? You won't compare anything. But for the n minus 1th card, last two, like if you have only one card,
Ma'am, can you repeat once more the question, please?
So I am
From the
just
first.
telling formula they are asking, you know, that one I am
Ma'am,
telling.
Ma'am, I have a doubt from graded assignment 4, ma'am. I
That
don't
will be
remember
discussed
the.
later. Okay, that will be discussed
Okay,
later.
ma'am. Okay, thank you,
1
ma'am.
plus 2 plus so on to n minus 1 you are doing. Total number of comparisons you are doing. Total number of iterations are 1 plus 2 plus so on to n minus 1. What is sum of n natural numbers? N into n plus 1 by 2, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so but how many natural numbers here you have? How many? Sum of n
N
numbers.
minus 1.
If it is sum of n numbers, it is n into n plus 1 by 2. But how many numbers here you have? N minus 1 number.
N minus 1.
So it will be n minus 1 into n minus 1 plus 1 by 2. That will be n into n minus 1 by 2. So if you have nested iteration, then you will do n into n minus 1 by 2 comparisons. Okay. Because first card will be compared with every other card. So total cards are n cards, but first card you are comparing with all the remaining cards. That means there are n minus 1 card. For the second card, what will be there? You will compare with all the remaining cards other than first and second card. So there are n minus 2 comparisons you will do for the second card. For the third card also same thing. For last card, you won't compare. There are no more cards. There are no more cards, so you won't do any comparison. But if you have only one card, then you will. If you have two cards, then you will do one comparison. For if you have one card also, it is not possible to compare. That's what if you are at last card, it is not possible to compare. But if you have two cards, then you will compare with other card. So total number of comparison will be 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus so on to n minus 1. So sum of n natural numbers we know that is n into n plus 1 by 2. But we have n minus 1 numbers. So instead of n, you will replace it by n minus 1 everywhere. So it will be n minus 1 into n minus 1 plus 1 by 2. So it is n into n minus 1 by 2. Okay. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
that's what someone has asked, no?
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to ask a question that when there is a nested iteration, do we consider it two iterations or it will be counted as one iteration?
It is nested iteration. It is not one iteration or not two iteration. We'll say just nested only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that is, we will do many comparisons. You can see here n into n minus 1 comparisons. If you have single while loop, then you will do n times only. That while loop will be executed number of cards time. If you have two while loops, two separate while loop, then separately you will execute. First while loop will be executed n times and second while loop will be executed n times. So total number of execution will be 2n times only. But here
Yes,
you will, yeah, this is nested. Generally we call it as nested only. Okay.
okay, ma'am. So we don't actually count the number of iterations.
We will, so whatever I have shown, that is number of iterations only.
Ma'am,
Okay.
here n represents number of iterations.
So I mean to say count.
Yeah, n represent number of iterations and number of cards, number of comparisons here.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can we say that iteration within iteration is called nested?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay,
what
that
type of questions will we get on floating concept?
floating concept. What?
Ma'am, floats, data type float.
I can't tell that anything regarding any questions. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's all. If you have any doubts, you can go to TA office hour session that are presently happening. And also you have Wednesday mock, Thursday you have session to clear the mock doubts, and Saturday also you have some extra session. Okay.
How do we join the TA session?
Sorry?
How do we join the TA session? I mean,
Yeah,
we
it is
haven't got
there in
the
the
link.
calendar. It is there in your calendar. You can go and check your calendar. Just use the link and join there.
And they never accept the task to join.
Have you joined? Try to join now.
Yes, ma'am, I have joined. I talked to the sir about that also.
I'm trying to join right now, but they are not taking in.
Okay, I will see that. Okay, just let me close. Wait.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was very nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nalini, for your time. It was very nice. Much
Thank you, ma'am.
appreciated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you, ma'am.
Yeah. Bye, thanks.
Bye. Good night.
You, ma'am.
Guys, pseudocode is more important.
చేయరా నువ్వు ఎందుకు మాట్లాడుతున్నావు